Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Prime here. Welcome back to the reaction and review. And today we're going to be reviewing the brand new record from the new Polo G, or not from the new Polo G, what did I say? The new Tion Wayne record entitled Green with Envy, which came out this past Friday. By the time you're seeing this, I believe, well, when is this video going on? I actually have no idea. I think it's going out on Tuesday, either Tuesday or Wednesday, but this past Friday, this record came out, and I'm here to talk about it. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this record. It's a big release in the UK. Obviously, Tion Wayne, his first commercial really album. He's had mixtapes up until this point, but this is his big commercial statement. He hasn't really found success before this, besides with the whatever that song, the Becky song, whatever the hell that was, with Russ Millions. That was like his biggest song, along with the NSG song they did a while back. So we're here to talk about this new record. And we're going to go ahead and kick it off as we normally do, as I did with Donda and CLB. I'll be going through track by track, kind of talking about the production elements, some of the performances given, and what I think of the tracks overall. And once again, before we go and get started, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Trying to hit 100 subs before 2022. Hope we can make that happen. Let's go and get into the review now so I can stop bothering you. Although I won't lie, if I'm bothering you, why'd you click this? Let's start, though, however, with the intro track, Where Were They? It's a standard drill beat with a few extra percussive elements that are kind of embellishing the instrumental. You got maracas, got tambourines, stuff like that. Something a little bit more exotic. Excuse me. And it's an energetic kickoff. Nothing really too profound to say about the lyrics. It's a short track, just 2 minutes and change. But it's really energetic, and it puts a large expectation on the record from an energy standpoint. And I think that the record follows up on it really well, as the next track in the track list is entitled With It with Artie, who is an up-and-coming artist in the UK as well, put on the map by Tion Wayne on a song we'll get to later down the road here. There's another drill cut on the record here, with a little bit more of a Middle Eastern vibe and chipmunk vocal samples kind of piercing through. And it's just a song about being down with anything with the ladies. Artie and Tion have a fantastic chemistry across the instrumental overall. And I just think it's a great track. I love the track. I think it's great. It was a good single when it dropped, and it's a good song now in the context of the record. Next track up, we have the third track here entitled Anything Grr, or Anything Grr, with 3x3 members, or 3x3, I don't know what it is, like 9 or 3x3, it's a gang, E1, ZT, and Drilla, or DB, whatever you want to call them. Another drill cut, but this time it's got a very loud and invasive chopped 808, and it's a little bit of a progressive kind of drill beat that I haven't heard anything really like, aside from maybe, the melodies on Off the Grid, off the Donda record. But it doesn't land like Off the Grid did. It's a progressive swing, and it misses badly. It's lots of energy, though, with good flows from Tion especially. ZT struggles to keep up with the rest of the members, though. And the beat is just it doesn't do it for me. That chopping 808 is just so disruptive, and it's so loud in the mix. It's almost impossible to ignore. Kind of like the Judah, the dum dum dum, the metronomic percussive noise in there. I don't know why I'm comparing these two records. They're not in any capacity the same, but I just am. Next track up, we have track 4, which is Rock Dat with Polo G, another drill beat, but this time with kind of synthetic and warped horns. Polo G doesn't particularly fit on the drill beat all the time, as he does sound a little bit ahead of the beat, but the thing is, he's so infectious with the energy and the lyrics he's bringing to the table. It's almost unnoticeable if you're just kind of sitting there. Only if you really, really, really think about it and you're there like, duh, duh, duh. Like you got the metronome in your head. You're not going to notice it otherwise, really. Or if you are a musician that listens to this type of music a lot, then maybe you will, but even then, like, It's great energy from Tion as well. Two great verses. It's just a good track. I like the track. I think Polo G's integration into the UK scene has gone much better than Drake's, and I appreciate that. Next up, track 5 here. We shift away from the drill stuff that Tion has been known for recently, and we go back into what his traditional roots are with the smoother music. It's a smooth R&B and reggaeton instrumental with dabs of jazz flair throughout the lengthy 4-minute and 18-second piece here. Every member of NSG shows up and provides the maximum value they can, particularly ODG on the hook. Super infectious, super catchy, grabs you, and it's just, there's not too many hooks as well. I believe there's 6 verses on this track, 6 or 7 verses. There's not too many hooks. It's not like every verse in between every verse. Sometimes there's one verse that happens, sometimes there's 2. So there's not too many, but it's just enough that you don't forget the hook. And it gives you like a checkpoint in a video game. It's really great. Tion has a great verse in the middle of the tune, surrounded by the shorter parts of the remainders of the NSG crew, which is very important because with those shorter verses from the rest of the NSG guys, it's not super bloated. Instead of all of them having a 16, I believe Tion's the only one that has a 16, and everyone else is an 8, and it doesn't make it so long with NSG being such a large collective of members. I believe there's 5 of them. Next up, we got and I really like that track, by the way. That's another track I really enjoyed. Next track up, we have More Money, which feels like an extension of Loyal. Summary beat with these layers strumming guitars and detuned flutes. Basically just a flex money song for a love interest. Super catchy chorus, but it's not super necessary. And in the grander scheme of the record, I don't really know why it's here. Seems like a little bit of a repetitive cut. Didn't really need to be on the record, but I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's all right. Next up, we got track number 7, West End with D-Block Europe. It's a smooth love ballad, which is a problem because these things are supposed to be like having crescendos and decrescendos and profundos and accents, and it's so flat. It's so flat. Young Ads on the hook doesn't complement the song like he has on past songs, especially with that record that he has with Skepta and Chip, Insomnia, that they dropped, I believe last Halloween, and just he doesn't compliment this at all, like almost any of the good cuts off of Insomnia. And Dirtbike LB, the other member of D-Block Europe, if you guys don't know where, it's a duo. He just proves to be as mediocre as I remember him being. I don't like him. Don't like him here. Don't like him in most places. And Tion, apologies to Tion. Tion doesn't really do anything here. Just really underwhelming cut, and I'm a little bit disappointed in this one overall, considering the name value that Young Ads and Tion have acquired recently. Next we got, I believe, I don't know what the acronym is, but it is WYS featuring Ray. Guitar heavy slow tune, but this time instead of like West End where it's super flat, this one's an ever-changing instrumental, a catchy percussive groove. Ray is a killer singer from Croydon, by the way. Does a phenomenal job and soars through this cut. And Tion delivers a passionate 2 verses, and at the end, him and Ray layer up their vocals on the bridge, and they fit very nicely with Tion's low bassy voice and Ray's higher falsettos. It lines up really well. One of my favorite cuts on the record as I smack my microphone. Give that one a listen if you haven't. Next track up, we've got For Life, and this is where we go back to that 2017 Tion Wayne, that smooth Afrobeat with a slew of percussive elements. Tion and Afrobeat, they layer up their vocals a few times throughout the verses, and it matches pretty well in harmony, kind of like with him and Ray, although not to the same level of beauty. And Afrobeat, he does provide the song with a good drive and a flavor that to the breaks that separates the verses, and it's a very good track as well. I really like that one as well. And now we get to easily, I think, in my opinion, the best drill song of 2020, or not of 20. I don't know if it's 2020 or 2021 whenever this single got released. I think it was 2021. But this is easily one of the best drill songs to be released, and that is track number 10, Wow. We're going back to drill here for 2 more drill cuts, I believe. The only 2 other drill cuts on this record. Back to drill, easily the best drill beat on the course, on the whole project, sorry. Super sticky chorus, chipmunk vocal samples, hella quotables across the entire song, masterclass in lyrical performance with enough swag to make you feel like you're a fucking boss. This is the best song on the record, besides maybe one or 2 tracks at the end that come close. And then next up, we've got the song that catapulted Tion Wayne into the international stardom, and that's the Body remix, not the original with Russ Millions. This is going to be the remix that he threw onto the record with Artie, E1, and ZT from 3 earlier, Bugsy Malone, Bunny, 5 Foreign from America, and Darku. It's his biggest song to date. It blew up on TikTok if you're unaware of where the song came from, thanks to Artie's one lyric where he goes, have you seen the state of her body? If I beat it, I ain't wearing a Johnny. That kind of blew up this track into stardom, and it is still Tion's biggest song, I believe, to date. It's super, super dark, even for a drill beat. Almost no melody across the whole thing other than this. Besides that, in the background, this thing is almost all percussion. And it's super, super dark for even a drill beat. And I that's what I really like about it. Almost kind of like that emo trap kind of undertone, but with the drill beat under. I don't know, it has a very dark feel to it, and I just really like it. Artie, Bugsy, and 5 are the real standouts, as Tion Wayne doesn't have a verse, and Russ Millions has like 4 bars. Yeah, those 3 are the standouts in my opinion. The others are fine. No one underperforms, but Artie, Bugsy, and 5 to me are the standouts. 5 I'm not gonna lie, just mainly for his accent, because it's him and Polo G are the only 2 Americans on this entire record, which is, I'm not saying there needs to be a bunch, but it's whenever you hear that American accent as an American, it's kind of like it pulls you out of the stupor of listening to an English record, which is not a bad thing, but also isn't really a good thing. It's kind of like, depends on how you feel. Next up, we get a song called The Realist One. It's really soft and gentle for a drill beat that it is, like pianos, angelic choral tones, almost to the point where it's not a drill beat, but the 808s and the snare patterns and the hi-hat patterns make it to where it is a drill beat. So it's like a pseudo drill cut almost. Tion speaking directly here to a romantic interest of his. I don't know if he's in a relationship or not, but he apologized for going to jail, for not being there with it at that time. And it's a beautiful cut, for someone with as hard of a persona as Tion has. It must be, it's a little bit weird, but it's nice. It's kind of like when I hear when I heard Pop Smoke or 50 Cent or some of these hard dudes opening up about shit, or DMX opening up about shit. Next up, we got another romantic track. This one, instead of being directed towards one person, it feels like it's more of a self-reflective track, addressing a bunch of women that both Tion and Black, who's the feature cut on this song, Spend a Bag as a title. They kind of just talk about the women they've been involved with and the money that they spent on them, trying to satisfy them. And both Black and Tion sound smooth as butter, really seductive energy. This is one of those love cuts. This is one of the, I don't want to say it's a bedroom banger, but it could be if it's your thing. I really like the way Black sounds on this. I think he really does a great job here. And I do think, by the way, almost every feature on this thing provides something. Aside from the D-Block Europe cuts, I think every and the ZT feature on anything, I genuinely think every other feature on here at least does something that I enjoy. Next up, as we kind of round out the back end of the record here, we've got Make It Out featuring Joe Black, Scorcher, Rimzium, and I can always struggle to say his name, Potter Paper. It's an upbeat vocal sample filled instrumental with that kind of Pharrell production vibe to it. All 5 rappers discuss their personal stories of how they went from rags to riches. It's a very uplifting track. One of the only few good moments in the entire record, save Homecoming and Road to Riches at the back end. And every so often, there's an interlude of Tion talking about what he wished he did different in life, or he's like kind of talking. There's 3 interludes throughout the entire record. That's just one of them. There's 2 more, and it's a really upbeat instrumental from someone I learned was a drill artist, even though that's not what he always was. He only did that one drill song, Body. I think that was like his most successful one, but it blew up, and that's why he kept doing drill. So I knew Tion as drill artist, and it's nice to see these kind of upbeat vocals coming out of someone I only very recently figured out wasn't his actual lane. And next we've got the track 15 here entitled "Who's True" with DeVito, and then J5 on production. He's listed as a feature credit, but he is a producer. He has no vocals on this track. Super piano filled Afrobeat instrumental here. DeVito soars on the chorus, a real homage to the Northern African roots here with his ballad. Tion embraces these roots that he has, although I don't know if he's from Africa or if he's from Trinidad or Jamaica or where he's from. But he mixes smooth romance with hardcore street life yet again. That seems to be his talent, and it's a good track. It's a nice, easy listen. I mean, I don't know. I feel good. I feel good when I listen to it. DeVito is, once again, I mean, I don't want to say, he's not being carried by the features, but the features on the hooks in particular, he's got great choice. He's got great choice for these hooks. Save, once again, as I said, anything Gur. And that's literally, and not anything here. Sorry, that one had a decent hook. I meant the West End, the Young Ads hook. And now we get into the last two tracks here, and these are two very important tracks for a couple of reasons. And these are what I'd call the ending. This is like a closing part 1 and part 2 track. We've got the 16th track, Homecoming, a lengthy penultimate cut, and the longest cut here at over 5.5 minutes. A neo soul and piano instrumental from P to J that kind of guides Tion down on a really emotional path here as he delivers a vulnerable performance where he details how he progressed through his life. Then his mother at the back end delivers a passionate message along with some singing that would bring tears to anyone's eyes who's lived a life like Tion has. And then we get the pretty short actual closing track, Road to Riches here. And on this closing track, it kind of ends in the way that Big Sean's Detroit 2 ends with Still I Rise. It's a very triumphant, kind of celebratory vibe. Tion feels triumphant here, recounting his close calls with death on the meantime of it. Electric guitar driven a beat along with strings, pianos, and Western upbeat pop percussion. Orchestra panning all across the instrument, making it feel like a live performance to close out the entire record. And that is Green with Envy, everybody. So now I'm going to go through and let you see which songs I have liked. I have had these liked for a while. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, so you won't see me like them in real time. But you can go ahead and see my liked ones here. You can see Let's go start from the top. We got With It, we got Rock That, we got Loyal, and then we got from WYS down to the Body remix. And then I skipped out on Realist 1 because I don't know, I just did. And then everything out down from Spend a Bag. I really like this record. I genuinely don't think that there is a single complete dud. I think West End is probably the closest thing to a complete dud here. But overall, this record is a fantastic statement. I think it's, it's not always good. It's not, it's nothing like To Pimp a Butterfly. But I think this is one of the most solid debut records I've heard from a UK artist in a long time. This is better than, I'm trying to think, better than Skepta's. It's better than Jamie's. It's better than Wiley's. It's better than Bugsy's. It's better, H's. I'd say it's tied with AJ Tracy's. I think it might be even better than AJ Tracy's. It's a really good record. This is one of my favorite records. This is probably going to be one of my favorite records coming out of the UK since Psychodrama by Dave. I don't know what I'm going to give this one, though. It's a great record. Once again, I'm not saying that, it's not T-Pab. It's not fucking the new lingua ignota or whatever the hell you're into. I don't know what you people are into. I don't give a shit, man. I really like this record. You know what? This is a 9. Green with Envy by Tion Wayne is a 9 out of 10 from me. 9 out of 10. Now you might be wondering, but you didn't like, and 9 out of 10 is only one song you didn't like. No, I think that, the amount of replayability on this record is so high, and compared to my expectations for this thing were in the dumps because I thought Tion Wayne would just be a singles artist. I'm so impressed with what he's been able to pull off here. But that's going to be it for me talking about this record, guys. If you do want to listen to Green with Envy, I will leave a link in the top line of the description. Go ahead and give it a listen. And also, I very recently announced my new EP entitled Rose in the Rain. It is coming out October 1st. That is a Friday. That is the second Friday from when you're seeing this. So not this Friday, but next Friday it is coming out. And yeah, that's going to be it from me. Take care. Drink water. I certainly need to. I've been talking for, actually not that long, but I've still been talking for a while. Take care. And yeah, goodbye.